So yeah, completely up to you, Rich. I think so close to the race. Like you've done a warm up and everything. You might as well race.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say we race. I mean,
well, what do you do as a first rider? What's the sporting thing? I don't know. Do you ride at the back and just finish last?
Technical issues are technical issues, right? I don't expect any team to do us any favours if one of us has an issue getting in the pen or out the pen.
Yeah, Wayne,
right?
Wayne, we've had races where we've had a rider not be able to race and they've not dropped, so...
Yeah, someone on it. Who's on a TT bike?
I'm completely blind for the first 30 seconds, but it doesn't seem like there's any crazy numbers, so...
Yeah, I think we'll just let them set the pace for at least that first lap.
How are you guys going to race this? You're going to try and break them on lap one up the snapper? Just let them roll around on the snapper and then see who's got what, or...?
No, that's too mean, I think.
That's how we race it. Get to the snapper, let's see who's got what, and we'll address it at the top, right?
Well, you guys are big and mean.
I'd say you'd be the fastest off the snapper, Sarah, anyway.
No,
this way, they're the
the
ones who are keen to push the pace.
Oh. Well, it'll be interesting to see what they do off the snapper. Let's just see what they got.
Do you have it with us?
Yeah, I normally treat the snapper as a full gas effort, and then you assess at the top, right?
Yeah, but we don't want to ruin them the first lap.
We do.
No, we don't.
Beat them, pulverise them, smash them like women's flappy racing.
You'd probably ruin me, but anyway.
It's a long race. I don't want to do a TTT for 20k. So I've got to check my bike. I'm on a TTT bike.
I think we just stick on them like glue for that first snapper. They can set the pace, but they're not getting away.
Yeah. So I'm not going to get penalised for racing on a TT bike, am I?
Are you racing on a TT bike?
According to me, I am. I forgot to change it.
Oops. You're going to get no draft is what you're going to get.
Sorry?
Yeah, that's our technical.
That's our technical, yeah.
I completely forgot I was on the TT in warm-up.
See, this is a dangerous side effect of doing TTTs. That's why I don't do them.
I can be a nuisance, though.
Yeah.
I don't know what the rules are. With TT,
let me check. I can't remember. Hang on. I don't know if TT bikes are explicitly banned or not. Let me have a look.
I suspect there's just no draft.
Yeah, there's definitely no draft, but there's no reason you couldn't kind of smash it up the snapper, smash it down the other side, and then do a quick bike swap, right?
A TT bike is definitely faster solo than a few chases at the same watts. So, you know, guys in chasing Swiss were changing bikes, the TT bikes after the climbs, and getting an advantage. So.
Sounds like you're on a breakaway, Rich. Fastest by yourself.
Off he goes.
Oh, bye-bye, Rich.
Off he's gone.
He's got his fast off.
Everyone else let them do the chasing. Everyone else let them do the chasing.
Are you going ahead for a bike change, or what are you doing?
Nah,
Just having fun.
I'm pissing around with them.
Right, there's one who's gone.
So Berno's chasing. He's one of the strong ones. One of the sprinters.
Okay, I'm reading the rules. Riders have a free bike choice for any event. For the avoidance of doubt, this excludes hand cycles. So it says nothing about TT bikes.
All right.
Well, we've just got 2 Galaxy riders back now, chasing hard.
I was going to say that did put one of their riders off the back.
Yep, 2 of them. Yeah, one's gone. One's off the back.
Yeah, I've just read the race rules. There's nothing about not using a TT bike. You're not allowed to use a hand bike. No TT bike. TT bikes doesn't say anything. You've just got no draft, Rich. That's all.
Yeah, it hurts. Right, they're slowing down.
Yeah, their rider off the back is desperately trying to come back on again. To be fair, my take on that is if he gets back on, he's not going to survive even a small push on the snapper, right? If you can't hold a surge on the flat, you've got no chance when it comes to the snapper. Back in, Rich.
Oh, Sarah, you got steering.
Yeah.
Ah. Is it a worthy investment? Oh, yeah, lovely.
The higher you climb ladder, the more essential steering becomes.
Dangerous riding there.
All right, first snapper coming up. If you guys aren't going to push it, watch their numbers closely, and when you see their numbers spike, respond.
Yep.
Who's feeling frisky? I'm feeling a bit frisky.
Oh, Rich is fond of a good smash up the snapper. It's an effort that should going. Fogarty's going. Fogarty's going. If they want to put their own guy in trouble, that's their own fault.
It's like a swarm of angry bees here.
Let's go, Rich and Wayne. One of theirs is off the back. One of them's dangling. Let's go, Rich. Hold those wheels if you can. Keep pushing on the front. 3 of you are going clear right now. Keep pushing. Let's go, Hines. Keep going, Hines. That's 4 of you clear with 2 of them. Push into the descent. Rich, if you can hold their other guy. Get back onto Eagle, Rich.
That hurt.
Oh, only 2 more.
right, 4 of you versus 2 of them. In fact, 4 of you versus 1 of them. If you push the pace, 1 of theirs is still off the back. You can take it to a 4v1 here if you want to.
Imagine versing like the
Just ghosted.
cupcakes. Wait, what do you mean ghosted? There's no ghost.
In that case, 1 of theirs has just dropped. The one that was with you has just dropped. The one that's 2 seconds off the back of you. There's 4 of you together alone out front right now.
Well, we might as well just take a chill then.
Budgies tapping out 2s behind you, so you don't need to push particularly hard to increase the gap. To be fair, they started it on the snapper. You guys were trying to play nice. They lit the torch, right? So...
I don't feel bad.
I wouldn't feel bad as well, but it sounds like Sarah does. So.
Yeah, I do. Oh no.
You're far too nice, Sarah.
Yeah, but I'm traumatized by that race with DSS, and when we all got picked off, that was horrible.
Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, Sarah. It's very simple.
Yeah.
Oh, I've lost another rock.
Oh no.
See the message. Oh.
Yeah, I saw him drop.
This was a bit of a chill race, Wayne, for your first one.
Yeah. It was over before it began. That's all right. What's
Has Rich gone past Fogarty?
Yeah.
Jesus, sorry. Rich is catching you guys.
Let's play a game of how. No,
we can let Rich catch and pass you guys by 10 seconds, and then get him on a proper bike.
Yeah.
Then you can get some draft.
Oh, we could test my TT bike versus 4 riders theory.
Poor Rich.
What?
Wi-Fi dropouts are really annoying. Mine seemed to momentarily drop out just as we were approaching the 3rd sprint in the last ZRL. So everyone else is accelerating and I've got 0 watts.
Oh.
I know. Gave me a good excuse for getting dropped anyway.
You said the word sprint and I stopped listening.
Bloody last round of ZRL was nothing but sprints, right?
Horrible. Yeah. But I have to say, with 5 of us on front, I feel ugly somehow.
All right, Rich is on the phone. You guys can let Rich go if you want. Let him give him time to get onto a proper bike. Or you can let Rich pull you away to 30 seconds and then you can all stop whilst Rich changes bike. Which is kind of taking the mick a little bit, but...
The one that's dropped is trying now, 3.3.
Oh, there you go. Ebus and Fogarty have got together. That's good.
Are they trying?
Yeah, they are chasing.
Well, I guess we asked for a chill ride, so we've got one this week.
Well, welcome to ladder. The interesting thing about where so this has been a problem with ladder for a while. When it gives teams to play on against, it normally kind of gives them, teams that are ranked too high for a while. So
what does our team gain by playing a team that's trying to play on?
Nothing.
Nothing, but there's a general rule in ladder that if you get challenged, unless you've got a good reason as to why you can't race them, you're supposed to accept, right? So
so there's an expectation.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's an expectation you'll accept challenges if you can race, right? That's the expectation. So.
And I also feel like, someone let us play on, so it's almost a bit of like service to the ladder.
Yeah, the more teams in the ladder, the better it is for everyone, right?
Yeah, it wasn't a cynical question. It was just more like, what do you get? But I guess you just defend your position. So
yeah,
I presume. Yeah.
Although we're going to have DSS and zombies on our tail at the moment because we jumped over them.
I'm very surprised DSS haven't challenged you yet.
I actually sent I left a comment on one of Dean's activities, and I was like, "Dear Dean, please check the ladder. Regards, Budgies."
Nice.
So Wayne, just a bit of history. My dad has a strong rivalry against Dean, to the point that he had a ZRL team called Chasing Dean. And so I have inherited.
It's a frenemy, right? It's a frenemy, so it's a friendly rivalry.
Yeah.
I'm now roped into it.
Well, I thought you were. Oh no, not another Wilkie. I thought that's where your name came from.
No, that came from Shane Dennis from the Cupcake.
Your dad's got your reputation, Sarah.
I know. But we got absolutely pulverized by DSS when we raced them.
DSS. So DSS normally give us a pretty good race, and most of their team race B1 ZRL alongside us as well, basically. So I know how most of their team race pretty well, basically.
So what ZRL did I race with you two? Was that B2 or that was B2, wasn't it?
Yeah, B2.
Yeah, if you were racing this last series, you were doing B2 in Oceania, yeah.
What else?
If you looked at the TT times for this round of ZRL, and Rich, you're far enough ahead. You can bike swap if you want, Rich. You've got 20 seconds.
I'm rubbish at bike swapping. I got no brakes.
Rich is riding off for the win. In fact, maybe to keep it interesting, you let Rich go to the top of the snapper, and then the four of you try and chase him down in the final lap.
Yeah.
Well, they're bringing it back slightly.
Yeah, they're down to 12. I mean, you guys have been rolling. If you punch the snapper, you'll go away again.
Well, Swift is really next to me hanging out there without my steering, doesn't it? Look at me. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah.
Thanks, Sarah. Oh, look at it.
Yeah, whoever has steering, Sarah can control the pack, basically. So that is exactly why I got why I bought steering again against my. Sorry, I bought plays for the second time, even though I'd said I never would, because literally we were racing ladder races and I was the only one in the race without steering. So you got 9 people in a line and then me stuck off to the side somewhere.
The problem child days.
If it wasn't me, it was Owen, right? So Owen and I didn't have steering. But when you're racing teams where everyone else has steering and most people on your team have steering, then it becomes problematic pretty quickly.
Yeah, poor Hendrik. And Hines, I don't think you had steering. Were you there for the DSS race?
Yeah,
I was there.
That was tough.
I repaired it, but it happened yesterday again in the race.
Oh no.
So So I put no steering to 0. So the worst thing that happens is I continue, but then I go to the left and have 5 seconds to disable. So it lasts obviously around 30 minutes and it crashes.
That's so annoying.
So have you reconfigured them, Heinz?
Oh, 5 times.
Yeah, it used to happen to me as well. It's really annoying. That's why I didn't want to. Well, that's why I didn't want to buy the second plays, right? So because I'm not in a region where they can ship them to, I have zero support from Zwift from them. So when everyone else sends them back in, Zwift will replace them or give them a free set or whatever. Zwift basically told me to go away. All right, the chasing group is it Australia. So the chasing group is only 10 seconds now, guys. By the way.
So I don't want to think about lifting the pace. So the dual benefit, right?
They might catch us just in time for the snapper.
Yeah, you can either just start to raise the pace now, which will keep them off your back, or you can just punch it up snapper and you'll drop them again on snapper.
Sarah going to raise the pace.
Yes, Dave, I get in trouble by Wayne as well for going off the front.
Oh my God. The first time we actually got chatting on Zwift, right? She basically, it was in Chasing Pete, and Sarah, myself, and some other guy were off the front, and she basically towed the two of us around for 20 kilometres. And I'm like, you know, you can win this, right? If you just make him work.
if you don't let everyone else do 1 watt per kilogram less than you for the final 20 kilometers and then wonder why they can out sprint you.
I had teammates behind me.
That guy was not working.
Graham Wilkie. What was his name? Grant's
Brandon.
Heinz, is that your
Okay.
Heinz, is that
My
your brake on
brakes.
again? Yeah, your brake is
Yeah,
on.
my
Heinz.
brake is on. Yeah.
What are we doing first? Stretching without going full gas.
Yeah,
I'm
just
scared of Sarah right now.
relaxing little snapper.
An interesting climbing technique, Heinz, with your brake on.
I need to turn it off on the downhill.
Yeah. Almost there. You've all climbed quicker than the group behind you.
Let's group up. Yeah, the bike change, Rich?
Nah.
No. Just flying solo.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I know you love TTs, Rich, but come on, this is getting ridiculous.
He saw the opportunity to win.
I don't like to. Yeah. So when Rich wins, I drop back to Amnetis because I'm exactly at the border. Some of the border the other way.
Are you Amethyst, Grant?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Nice big gap on the group behind you now. Back out to 25 seconds.
You guys hear me? I think I've dropped out. I'll get back.
Race isn't over yet, Wayne.
I just dropped out. Yeah, I was playing with my headphone things, and I accidentally dropped myself out. Hey, I just figured if I stay on the front, I don't have to worry about steering. You like that idea?
True. It's true.
Happy enough?
Looks like a very sociable group ride for you guys.
I know.
Drivers would love you and everything. You're in single file and everything.
So, do you have any updates on when the new trainer for Link is coming?
Setup all arrives this week, I think. So, in fact, someone was asking me earlier when the race was. I said, "Well, the setup arrives this week, and everyone seems quite keen. So, I'd imagine it'll be the week after the setup arrives, right?"
Yeah, probably. So, who are you planning on racing? Because I realise you literally only have emeralds and above.
Yes,
So,
correct. So we're diamond, ruby, and emerald. You guys are emerald, sapphire, and amethyst. So I think the deal is we let you pick our roster, you pick your roster, we pick the course. I think that's the deal we've agreed on, right?
Okay.
So it's basically going to be it's basically going to end up being your best 5 versus our weakest 5, and we pick the course, right? Is what I'm expecting.
Oh God.
And now I'm
Knowing you, the course is going to be diabolical.
the problem is, what is the best course? I mean, when I need a rolling course with a sprint.
Yeah, Dave, are you taking requests?
Yeah, and I'm that with a sprint.
Come on, we're letting you pick our roster. Come on. I think that's where we got to in the latest round of banter. Anyway, I'm open to
Yeah.
Okay. I have seen you guys do the Innsbruckring, like the comp for fun on ladder.
Oh yeah, if we're looking at a team and saying you've got better short-term power than us, but we think we've got better long-term power, yeah, we pick UCI Innsbruck, yeah. We like we like a good 20-minute climb. plus we've got Aaron who can still do the snapper at 15 watts per kilogram even after the climb, right? So mainly we do it for that because nobody can hold Aaron on the snapper after doing a climb.
That's scary.
So, Dave, when you see my profile on Zwift Racing, I'm now a high sapphire or low amethyst, depends. But on a rolling and flat course, I get 180 additional points. On a hilly course, I get minus 150 points.
Oh God.
Yeah, look. To be fair, I prefer rolling, but you know, it is what it is.
Now, I'm keen to take you on, Dave.
Sorry?
I'm keen to take you on.
You know, Sarah, I was saying to Paul the other day, you know, Sunday was the first time I've deliberately decided to try and compete against you, so
I know,
that should be viewed as a compliment.
And you drafted off my wheel and then beat my time.
Well, I did that on the first couple, and then I went, yeah, Aaron's got both of us. It's between me and Sarah for second. So if I just sit on Sarah's wheel and make sure I finish every sprint just closer to her than she started, then I'm good, right? So, but yeah, to be fair, the first one I was going to lead you out on, but I stood up to put the power down and my gear slipped twice. So I'm not sure if it's my front chainring's too worn, but my gear. And then you came past me, and then I kind of dropped my gears down, up my cadence, and stuck on your wheel through that first one. But I was going to lead you out on the first one.
That's what you say. That's what you say.
And then after the first couple, and especially after Aaron smashing the first couple, right? It was. Yeah, I figured I wasn't going to catch him, so I may as well have some fun and compete with you. So. But to be fair,
these virtual shifting. Another reason for play shifters. Virtual shifting's a game changer.
Oh, I've got virtual shifting. But yeah, it was my group set was just slipping. So it's happened a couple of times recently where I stand up to sprint and it just kind of slips. So I'm assuming my chainring's probably worn or something like that. I need to have a look at that. My gearing's slightly off, but all it really means is I need to remember to get my cadence up before I start sprinting. Is what it really means, right? Don't try and wind it up from 60 RPM, Dave.
And Sarah has a passenger.
Oh, Rich has got his lead again.
Yeah, we're in a long distance relationship with Rich. How are you going out there?
Oh, let's give Rich some screen time, seeing as he's off riding on his own. Rich deserves some screen time too. There you go. Looking resplendent, Rich, on your TT bike.
With such a solid win. He deserves all the glory.
I'm using this as a workout.
I have to say, did you see the last Budgies race? That Rich, he just TT'd off the front on his own, man.
You got to have 2 bike changes just to show off.
This is the dream of all TT riders.
Yeah, he went off the front at 2.9 watts per kilo.
Intended.
What do you got? You got 18 seconds, group 2. Don't let the pace drop too much.
I did mess with their heads in that first time we did Innsbruckring. Ghosted, sprinted, Paul went over the top in first with Chris. I never saw him again. So I'll try the same on this one.
Yeah, what's our plan for this next snapper?
Get up in a nice leisurely form, cruise to the end, beat them.
See how much time you can take out of Rich. See how much time you can take out of Rich on one snapper. You guys have only got 13 seconds over the group behind you now, so you still want to ride together to the end.
Now I'm getting dropped. Oh my god.
Close that gap, Hines.
Sleeping.
Yeah, I was going to say, Hines is dozing.
Brakes are running in.
Your solution to the steering problem seems to work well, Wayne.
Yeah, I was expecting a hard race, so I think I have a bit of tempo work done.
I can guarantee ladder races. I can guarantee ladder races are normally harder than this.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this. This is.
I'm making the most of it.
That was not a
put my excuses back on the shelf.
Isn't this where we need to send Grant off now solo for second place?
Yeah, Grant, break away.
Get him some.
We should try and chase Hines down from here.
No, don't
Get my
chase me.
no, again.
Yeah, but I'm just
Took a good
riding
20.
thinking how awful this would be if it was like a tough race. This would be an awful route.
Oh,
Just
it
that
depends.
constant
It depends how it's raced, right? It depends how aggressively they try and race the first half before snapper.
They're all awful
I've
when
raced,
you're racing bad.
I've raced some races where it's literally a roll around to snapper and then it's full gas up the snapper, and I've raced some races where people try and break away from the start, and that's they're probably less pleasant. So. All right, Rich is just hitting the snapper now. He's 50 seconds in front of you. Push the snapper again, just to stop Ebert and Fogarty from having any aspirations.
Stupid ideas, yeah.
51.84 is
Just snuff it out.
51.84 is Sarah's time to try and beat.
That's not very nice.
51.84.
No,
I'm just
don't
trying to give you some
try and say
motivation.
that.
I'm just trying to give you
Just
some
go faster
motivation
now,
to not
you
roll
want
up. I know Hines likes a good 1 minute sprint.
Practice.
Hines wants your time, Sarah. There we go. Go on, Sarah.
No, he's got me.
Wayne's getting interested with a feather. Wayne's coming for you too. You got him, Sarah. You can get him. You can get him. Sarah's coming back, Hines. Wayne's coming for both of you. Keep going, Hines. Keep pushing. You're almost there.
Why did I do that? Why? There you go, 46.
Wayne with a 46.16.
Why?
Keep pushing, Hines. Almost there.
That one with the break.
Push into the descent, Hines.
Oh, yeah.
You just got to stoke the ego, don't you?
I like the way you just let. I like the way you let Sarah and Hines fight it out, and then dropped you a feather later.
I dropped it earlier. I think they just got slower because I got slower at the top. So I was too busy looking at each other.
Oh, yeah. The one before with the brakes on killed me.
Yeah. Wayne, Sarah, and Grant, you guys can regroup. Although you got 36 seconds.
Look at that, we're closer to 28 to Rich.
You did take a good 30 seconds out of Rich's time, correct?
As soon as I said that, his watch just went up.
Yeah, he's thinking you've had your fun on the climb. Now it's my fun on the flat. Thank you.
Just jumped up to 3.7 just as I said that.
To be fair, if I'd TT'd off on my own for the entire race as well, I wouldn't be letting you catch me either.
Absolutely not. Well, if they challenge us again, it won't be on this course.
Very convincing win for you guys. 1, 2, 3. In fact, a clean sweep if Hines stays away. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Come on, Hines, no pressure.
Okay.
He's got a 15-second gap. I can't see Hines losing a 15-second gap in the last 2 kilometres.
Oh, Grant's got a breakaway. Good, Grant.
I agree.
This is good, actually. That'll help you stay amethyst.
Yeah, so I thought.
Yeah. Also, I guess for information for people here, we've moved up to amethyst to emerald, which is why Grant is now breaking away, but hopefully allow more growth within the team.
Oh, look, you were winning relatively convincingly when you were sapphire, amethyst, and platinum, right? So, I mean, let's face it, you're above DSS now, so you've got a reputation to maintain.
So can you challenge these in other groups, or is it only in your own?
No. So you can just, no. So there's regional ladders, and then there's everyone from a regional ladder goes onto a world ladder as well. So I think you can challenge on the world ladder. I think you can challenge plus or minus 10 positions on the world ladder. I think it's plus or minus 7 positions on the regional ladder. Great win, Rich.
Hines is they're stalking him now. Maybe we should go back.
Grant's hot on you. We're on your heels, but I think you're safe with 100 meters to go.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit close, Hines.
Yeah.
Oh, Hines, they're desperately they're closing.
Am I done? There we go.
Hines isn't messing.
They won't get you.
Oh,
They've given up the chase now, Hines.
Good second for Grant.
So do these races count to the low points to Zwift racing?
hey you guys.
Yeah, so they count towards your ZR app ranking. Yeah.
Would you want the points, Sarah? You can finish ahead of me and take some points off me.
Yeah, sure.
I don't really care. Oh, actually, you oh no, you're good now. You're still in C now. The season.
Yeah, it's Grant who we wanted to increase his velo tonight.
That was fun.
Solid ride.
you,
Nice for you all to be able to ride away and think about who wants the velo points. And Hines is going to finish. Oh, Fogarty and Ebert are coming. Hines, Ebert sprinting.
Oh, they're sprinting?
Have it, Hines.
It's all right. You're safe. You're safe. You're safe. Well done.
Stop for play.
Well, thanks, everyone. Yeah,
Thank you.
Thanks for
the points.
Yeah, sorry that was a
Very
bit of a
well done.
race, but